on anyway. Oh, okay. Anyway, like I said, we're going to deal with the Arthurian mystery, because the Arthurian mystery was the European adaptation of the Osirian drama. The Moors of Spain gave them this particular information, and from that you got your Arthurian mystery or your Merlin. That's just, each culture is supposed to integrate ancient mythology and ancient mysteries into their own culture. So the Osirian or the Egyptian mystery system of Europe became Camelot, which means black lot, Cam, black lot, Camelot. So it became Camelot to teach them a form of the Osirian mystery so they could identify with it based on their area. You understand what I'm saying? Hamlet is Heru, Horus. Horus is later on Heru. So this bears witness that Shakespeare was actually born from ancient sources. So basically, the Moors introduced that. We'll get into some other Moorish science today. I'm quite sure you've heard the things that, you know, the Moors brought up and the Moors introduced, but most of the Afrocentric scholars gave, you know, plumbing, this, a whole lot of mundane things. There was other magical things that was introduced into the European, and that's what they call now Western Masonry. So we're going to get into a certain amount of things that you thought was white was actually introduced by the actual Camites or the actual Moors. So we want to deal with that also. I want to deal with that also. So when we go into it, I'll explain this Arthurian mystery, so you can, and you know, you can go to Merlin and see the whole Merlin thing. Merlin is the god Tahuti. Arthur is Osiris, and you also get the word Parzival, which I don't know if they will show that in that, but that's actually Horus or Heru, the original Christ. Another movie that you need to go and rent is Excalibur, which is the theatrical production of that, done in 1981. Mythology is physics, African physics, and African science, chemistry, and all. They can put it in the story, and they can teach everybody. There was no such thing as dumb people in Africa. Wasn't no such thing as dumb children, and all. Dumb children. That's only based on the European not knowing how to teach or deliberately putting people in certain sections to make sure that they don't go up. Only thing you got to do with a child is just tell a damn child that it's going to be smart, and it automatically supposes itself to be smart, even if it's an idiot. If you tell it it's smart, it would automatically say, well, I'm supposed to do these things, and it will send messages to the brain. You see what I'm saying? It's just like that old thing, the bumblebee, the wingspan of a bumblebee is no way it can fly because the body is too heavy, but the bumblebee don't know it can't fly, so it flies anyway. You see what I'm saying? So, only thing you have to do, only thing the ancient Egyptians did, they just told them. Case in point, was what happened to Duke Ellington. His mother told him he was the greatest child ever born. So when Duke stayed home, got sick, when he was in elementary school, he got sick for 2 weeks and learned how to play music, compose, write, read music, and compose music, and became the greatest composer of jazz of all time. You see, and it just came to him. Learned how to play all the great stuff. He learned how to do it in 2 weeks in elementary school. That's because his mother told him that he was the greatest ever. So we're talking that type of psychological ramifications on why we fail. So we'll deal with that also. What we're going to deal with, you got the list? Go ahead. No, did you give me the list? Yeah, okay, let me get the white. Yeah, give me the white paper. You go ahead and ramble a little bit.
Here you go, right here, bro. I got
you got it. Cool. Yeah. Oh, you blew it up too? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did a good job. Dang.
We do the best we can right here, bro.
Yeah. Well, do you have any of these for sale?
Yeah,
I got a few. We've got a few extra.
Okay, yeah.
Then I'll make some more.
Yeah, this is always do deal with libations. Also, like I said here, you never should open up any kind of meat without libation. That is your protection. this is better than M16s and stuff like that, because up against the white boy with guns, you damn sure lose, because that's his thing. Don't let nobody fool you. You ain't never been in a fight till you get in a fight with the cracker with that, but that's not our energy. See, there's different energy grids. His energy is to be the devil. So you can't become the devil and fight him as the devil, because that's his nature, that's his energy. So you got to become God. You have magic too. You have energy too, but it's on another level, it's on the spiritual plane. You see what I'm saying? So if you deal with the spiritual realm, you understand you can't lose. He wants you to deal with him on the other realm, because you lost that fight. That's a low energy anyway, and your energy cannot put out. That's why you've never been successful in business or any other thing. You wasn't supposed to. I'm sorry to say it, but you wasn't supposed to. Business, success, and all the things that you think of this society, you wasn't supposed to be. Nobody's never told you that before. You're not supposed to be rich. Although we have a few people fall from the grapevine, that's different. So I'm saying the things that you worry about each day that you're supposed to deal with, you don't supposed to be doing those damn things. So once you clear your mind of that, then you can go to another level. You see what I'm saying? Like I said the last time, I'm the only brother that started out middle class on a quest for poverty. So I don't have to worry about that no more. Money ain't my shit. So I don't have to worry about that. So you don't never have to worry about me getting over. You understand what I'm saying? Because I have a detestation for finance. So if a nigga got a detestation for finance and he don't like it, you don't have to worry about that no more. Then you say, well, is this mug real? Is he real? Or has he got a game like everybody else? If I teach you against finances, then we can start on another playing field. That's metaphysics. That's spirit. Oh, don't God say we're supposed to be blessed? It depends on what you call being blessed. You see what I'm saying? What you call being blessed is something totally different than what your ancestors thought was being blessed. See what I'm saying? So don't worry about it, you know? That's our problem. Our manhood and womanhood is measured on how much money we got. Therefore, you gotta always keep the money going. Now, I'm not saying to go out here and get no, put on some sandals and a cane and walk out here and with your ass all out and funky and stuff because you don't have no finances. I'm just saying the finances are only supposed to be a utility. That's just to get you from A to Z. You understand where I'm coming from? That means that the cracker give me $1 million, I'm not going to be stupid enough to say I'm not going to take it. But my point is that's not my measurement of life. That's not my measurement of life. You understand what I'm saying? That's not my manhood. And because I don't actually put my energy in that, I don't have to worry about that shit no more. What you spend 98% of the time thinking about is your God. See what I'm saying? Is your God. So we got some other things to free you up. Sisters, you got to rebel against what you call love and romance. That's your vice. That's the cult that you in, and that's why you fail with it. Love and romance is some shit that was invented for the white man because he doesn't have a spirit to feel, so he has to show that he feels by telling. To really love a person is to never tell a person you love them. Try it. Now, my mate, I never tell my mate I love her. You see what I'm saying? A dog don't have to validate being a dog. You don't have to tell your goddamn mama you love her. Or your sister you love her. That's why this shit come out corny. It don't sound right. You understand what I'm saying? But see, people ain't never told you this before. So to tell your woman you love her, that's why a nigga can say, well, all a nigga got to do, a hard head, I'm saying. All he got to do to get over on a woman is master the love thing. I love you. See what I'm saying? It's fake. It's phony. It never existed. So you're looking for love in the wrong damn places, and it has nothing to do with romance. I never tell my mate I love her. And we the best friends at all. You know we never argue? We haven't argued in over a damn year. Never hardly argue. But I don't tell her I love her. It's a difference. You see what I'm saying? Some things are given. Certain things. So when you cut down on the fake thing, the energy, your energy automatically knows. You understand what I'm saying? She automatically knows. So if I see her walking down the street with a nigga, a hardhead, I don't get jealous and all because I already know the energy. I know that she's just talking to that particular person as another human being. You understand what I'm saying? So this is some things we're going to get into, to dismantle this mythology of love. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. It's all European shit. They had to teach this devil how to express his feelings. It was a therapeutic thing for him because he's a psychopath. Now you stuck into this shit with Harlequin romance and all, and that's why the sisters is all fucked up in the head. Because the simple fact they can't figure them out. You don't, no nigga don't supposed to tell you he love you. You see what I'm saying? And once you become, once you understand what true love is, then you won't have this problem anymore. That's what's going on. You see, it's all fake.
We can be ourselves then, right?
Yeah. Just be yourself. Romance. What's the first word romance come from? Rome. Look like Rome. Now what is the Romans? The Romans are responsible for one thing in history: killing people. That's the only thing they ever did in history, is kill mugs. Well, so how can a person that is a mass murderers of world history have the key to your happiness when it comes to your fucking mate? Think about it. How idiotic is flowers? Think about it. You should never doggone feel fine about somebody giving you flowers. That's because you've been programmed. See, they start from a little child, and they program you to accept things. If I program you to like shit, a hunk of shit, by the time you get damn 19, if I gave you a Hershey's bar and gave you a hunk of shit, you'd grab the shit and go all teary-eyed because I gave you a hunk of shit. See where I'm coming from here? It's just a matter of programming. So what they have done is they have domesticated our women, giving you the easy bake oven and all that old bullshit. And they have domesticated us with the doll babies and all that stuff. So you can't break out of that cycle. You're much more advanced than that. You're goddess of the universe. But if you understand the triple goddess, you will see the mother, you will see a celestial god, then you'll see one that just kills, just straight up kills. And you got to understand what cycle you're in. The cycle that you're in right now is supposed to be a straight up warrior. Straight up warrior. You see what I'm saying? You're not even in the mother cycle anymore. That's why the children rebel against you, being mothers to them. You see what I'm saying? You're not in the mother cycle anymore. We used to nurture. We had a civilization to nurture. Our civilization is gone now, so we need killers. But we're not talking about the killers as physical killers as far as we're talking about a person that uses the energy. The witch, the wise one. You see what I'm saying? A sorcerer could take her menstrual blood and kill a whole bunch of crackers in one setting. That's the kind of shit we're talking about. Advanced stuff. You see. But you stuck in love and you worrying about the child. Them children are so advanced, if you put them around dogs, a pack of wolves, 10 years from now you come back, they'll be running with the wolves. So you got to actually break this cycle of what you think as far as the nurturing. We got to redo all laws. I know this is advanced, you saying this nigga crazy, but we got to redo all laws. This is what is called advanced metaphysical, or what you call occult science. And or what they call chaos physics, which the cracker is dealing with now. But he's flunking that because that's not his energy. But he's been in it for the last 140 years. And you're thinking in actuality that you're supposed to be like him. You are in this situation in slavery because you are a product of finances. Somebody bought and sold your ass based on money. So how in the hell that the same damn thing that puts you in slavery can be the same shit that free your ass? Think about it. And the more you spend time with that, the more you stop your energy of what you're really supposed to be doing. See what I'm saying? What you really supposed to be doing. Check. Y'all. Zulu, I say Shub-Niggurath, I say Hestar, I say Nirlahotep, I say Great Old Ones, I say Dagon, I say. Hold on 1 minute. I'm forgetting one of the. I'm gonna hold on 1 minute. I'm gonna put somebody else up in there. Yog-Sathos. Okay. I say Great Old Ones. I say Great Ones. I say Papagade. I say Unkulakulu. I say Quetzalcoatl. I say the white woman. I say not the physical white woman. That's what the Native Americans call a great spirit. Or the white ladies. And it has nothing to do with the doggone the cave bitch. Whatever. Okay, so Inanna, I say Ishtar, I say Tiamat, I say Sutnesi, I say Janesi, I say Ranesi, I say Abraxas, I say Mithra, I say Hapter, I say Harsethu, I say Kim, I say Kimu, I say Kintu, I say Mintu Sibara'a, I say Mintep Sing Sing, I say Ramanatu, I say Layla, I say Allah, I say Obas, I say Ivas, I say Iwas, I say Pataneta Unra, I say Henry, I say Himu, Ashe, Timu, Ashe, Thunderdog, Ashe, Thunderbird, Ashe, Sun Bear, Ashe, Tayik, Ashe, Tayik, Ashe, Shim, Ashe, Sim, Ashe, Cam, Ashe, Camuthis, Ashe, Cones, Ashe, Earthis, Ashe, Upwaret, Ashe, Anoop, Ashe, Anpu, Ashe, Elijah, Ashe, John, Ashe, Tahuti, Ashe, Ptah, Ashe, Ba, Ashe, Ka, Ashe, Na, Ashe, hold on 1 minute. Mim, Ashe. Let me get some other people up in there. Amen, Ashe. Amen, let's see, I want to see, hold on 1 minute. I'm trying to get some other ones that I don't have on the list. It'll come to me in a minute. Kether, Ashe. Ra, Ashe, Ka, Ashe, Ba, Ashe, Ab, Ashe, Sahu, Ashe, Kabdet, Ashe, Kat, Ashe, Sekim, Ashe, Osea, Ashe, Sut, Ashe, Sut, Ashe, Harsut, Ashe, Gaia, Ashe, Uranus, Ashe, Chronos, Ashe, Rius, Ashe, Osinus, Ashe, Titus, Ashe, Typerin, Ashe, Himpafron, Ashe, Theomis, Ashe, Ippius, Ashe, Dionysus, Ashe, Coleus, Ashe, Cyrus, Ashe, Phoebe, Ashe, Sept, Ashe, Satis, Ashe, Prometheus, Ashe, Epimetheus, Ashe, Attis, Ashe, Myrtis, Ashe, Ama, Ashe, Neama, Ashe, Ba, Ashe, Na, Ashe, Ama, Nomo, Ashe, Ashe, Yugu, Ashe, Yugu, Ashe, Kuntu, Ashe, Digitaria stages, Ashe, Uzimu, Ashe, Buzimu, Ashe, Mamuz, Ashe, Tammuz, Ashe, Kamara, Ashe, Ankop Nakunsu, Ashe, Mabu, Ashe, Marambo, Ashe, Raremki, Ashe, Mamuzu, Ashe, Bodo, Ashe, Bodo, Da, Ashe, Seldo, Ashe, Jodo, Ashe, Fa, Ashe, Yi, Ashe, Mawa, Ashe, Si, Ashe, Mawa and Lisa, Ashe, Legba, Ashe, Akanapan, Ashe, Akra, Ashe, Netro, Ashe, Magja, Ashe, Sansaman, Ashe, Malampo, Ashe, Sansaban, Ashe, Aquaman, Ashe, Sansaban, Ashe. Let's keep it rolling. Keba, Ashe, Ain, Ashe, Ain Sa'ur, Ashe, Sephra, Ashe, Shekinah, Ashe, Shakma, Ashe, Baina, Ashe, Chesed, Ashe, Geberah, Ashe, Tippereth, Ashe, Naxat, Ashe, Had, Ashe, Yased, Ashe, Malkuth, Ashe, Osea, Ashe, Tahuti, Ashe, Mat, Ashe, Harmaku, Ashe, Ptah, Ashe, Sith, Ashe, Ra, Ashe, Hedheru, Ashe, Anpu, Ashe, Sekhmet, Ashe, Sashet, Ashe, let's see another one in that particular, Neptert, Ashe, Aset, Ashe, Yima, Ashe, Odin, Ashe, Frigda, Ashe, Balda, Ashe, Laki, Ashe, Thor, Ashe, Freya, Ashe, Freya, Ashe, Nerthris, Ashe, Brahmin, Ashe, Bravini, Ashe, Vishnu, Ashe, Ramachandra, Ashe, Shiva, Ashe, Shakti, Ashe, Kali, Ashe, Sita, Ashe, Hanuman, Ashe, Lakshmi, Ashe, Jinsiya, Ashe, Loa, Ashe, Damawalawedo, Ashe, Marasha, Ashe, Baphomet, Ashe, Bridget, Ashe, Adam Gwerti, Ashe, Ogu Farelli, Ashe, Ogu Shengo, Ashe, Ozuli, Ashe, Legba, Ashe, Edowedo, Ashe, Zaka, Ashe, hold on 1 minute, let's see. Babaluaye, Ashe, Oladumare, Ashe, Oshosi, Ashe, Olakun, Ashe, Odudawa, Ashe, Abatala, Ashe, Orunla, Ashe, Ogun, Ashe, Shengo, Ashe, Oshun, Ashe, Legba, Ashe, Yiminya, Ashe, Rishi Oku, Ashe, Oya, Ashe. Oya is the goddess of the weather. If you see the X-Men cartoon, she's known as Storm on there. You see, they even are dealing with our particular information. Omi Tutu, Ashe, Ani Tutu, Ashe, Ili Tutu, Ashe, Tutu Elekba, Ashe, Kosi Ka, Ashe, Kosi Arun, Ashe, Kosi Iyo, Ashe, Kosi Opo, Ashe, Kosi Intana, Ashe, Kosi Fataba, Ashe, Akababawaya, Ashe, Mogjo Ogo Alafi, Ashe, Mogjo Ogo Oratia, Ashe, Mogjo Ogo Itatun, Ashe, Mogjo Ogo Iku, Ashe, Nilasi Olodamare Ibayi Olarun, Ashe, Nikamasi Ogobo, Ashe, Babalasa Ogobo Iolasa, Ashe, Nikamasi, Ashe. And so, let's see. First of all, yeah, well, okay, to all gods, Sut-an, Ashe, Shait-an, Ashe, that you so scared of, it just means your higher self. We'll get into that particular thing. When you go to church, you curse your cosmic reflection, which is melanin. To all gods known and unknown, Ashe. So let's see, the Hemmitt family, Ashe, the Shaw family, Ashe, the Davis family, Ashe, all my family members, Ashe. all Ginger's family members, that's my mate. So now, when I start calling 1, 2, 3, start calling out your family members that have passed on. 1, 2, 3. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Y'all, I know y'all you proud of you can holler them out a little, don't be ashamed. Ashe, 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 Ashe. To all gods known and unknown, Ashe. To all ancestors known and unknown, Ashe. Like I said the last time, this in actuality is empowering you. The only difference between you and your people is passed on is they have shedded the physical body and gotten out of prison, and you are still in prison with the physical body, so that means you're still in death. What you call life is actually death, and what you call death is actually life. It's temporary life for some of those. They live again once they die. You are dead. This is the dead zone. This is hell. The physical realm is called hell. That's the original word for the hell, is the physical body and the physical earth. So energy can never be created or destroyed, just transferred. Where does that energy go? Once it leaves that physical body, it goes into you. So your ancestors actually live inside of you. If we're talking about the same energy field and frequencies, you are nothing but energy. Aspects of a little spark, a sun. You are nothing but this big. You just been fooled into thinking that your physical body is your real body. But in actuality, you are inside of you is a cosmic seed of light. That's all you are, all your thoughts and everything. But there's a veil that you think in actuality that this particular world is reality and this is only the illusionary world. Now, dealing with this particular information, understanding when you pour the libation, if we're talking about nothing but energy, when you call on them, you're actually enhancing the energy within you because they now live inside of you. So when you die, you go to a certain state. That certain state is inside of your cosmos. The cosmos inside of your mind, inside of your brain, that lives inside of you. We'll go deeper into this for the people that don't understand this concept. So when you pour the libations, you're not only enhancing, you're calling, in ancient Kemet they say to say a dead person's name in actuality is to make them live again. So you're in actuality not only invoking the entities that you think is outside of you, you're actually enhancing the energy that's inside of you, because the only thing it is one energy. And you are part of that same energy. You're just thinking you're different because you're separated by a physical body. That's why they teach everybody in America to be individuals. That already fuck you up. That's how you get fucked up with the individual shit. I'm an individual. My individual freedom. That's selfish. You see what I'm saying? That's selfish. That's why you don't do the people's thing and always doing your thing. And if the people thing is not your thing, you don't want nothing to do with it. You see what I'm saying? But your thing is the people's thing. You see what I'm saying? So it's also to say, well, if your mama, if the white man came to your mama head and say, I'm going to shoot your mama in the head if you don't stop the black talk, you're dead, motherfucker. Because if it's left up to the people, compared to your mama's dead. If they come to your daughter, if it's left up to the people compared to your daughter, kill her. Ain't nothing, she just living. So in actuality, you're making her live again, because in actuality, you're putting out of her misery. She don't have to sleep. She don't have to eat. She don't have to have a constant search for food anymore. She don't have to have aches and pains and all other kind of crazy, messed up, psychological, pathological things that accompanies the body. So in actuality, we're talking about total liberation when we deal with this particular type of information. For the people that haven't heard me before, let me explain this to you. There's no such thing as curse words, believe it or not. Even if you are very religious, how in the hell can a curse word be a curse word when the English language wasn't even in existence? When all the scriptures was written, the English language wasn't even in existence. So how can something come along later be a curse word? And what is that? You understand what I'm saying? It's mere forms of expression, and since we have adopted that as the official language of the ghetto, please excuse me if I put a little emphasis on things, but it has nothing to do. So I'm like Mama say, a man curses because he don't have nothing on his mind, but that don't have nothing to do with me. You see what I'm saying? First of all, the more spiritual I got, the more and more I started, the more fired out I got. And why is that? Well, the simple fact is, the more and more I came down to the reality that none of this doesn't mean anything anyway. And also, like I said, when I was in college, we used to have thousands and thousands of public speakers. And they would say absolutely nothing, no type of knowledge. But they had the art of public speaking. That means saying nothing well. So I can come and I can give you a whole bunch of great words and you know, and say things so adequate and say things so eloquent, don't use no curse words and make you think I'm spiritual. You see what I'm saying? But don't give you no knowledge. And this is how we've been got over on. You see what I'm saying? Saying nothing well. So therefore, I can use these particular adjectives or whatever you want to call it to describe things or nouns or verbs or whatever in our flared up way, because the simple fact we're dealing with real knowledge. So therefore, I don't have to give it to you in a certain package for you to buy it. Knowledge is knowledge. It's a difference between knowledge and speaking and information. Check. Now, first thing we want to do is we want to go and somebody had some questions from the last time. The brother said you might want to entertain the questions. Anybody got any questions they wanted to, that they wasn't clear of the last time? We can get those out of the way, then we're going to go with another question and answer. So let's deal with it.
I don't have a question, I have a comment. On
Yeah.
your tape, you talked about the projects closing down.
Yeah.
Right after they closed some of the homes down, me and two of my buddies sat in the car a few months later and watched them come take the people's furniture out of there, just like you said.
Yeah, and so the last time I was here, I talked about the closing down the actual projects and getting rid of those particular people. One is for the melatonin campaign. The other one is they have to transfer that particular energy. Number one, the difference between, I was listening to the tape and about the Native Americans and about the Native Americans being sovereign and based on other groups being sovereign, but that does not apply to you. They cannot deal with you on that level, whereas if you set up your own government, they're going to respect it. They understand, they're big-time Masons or big-time occultists, and they understand that they can't survive on the planet with your energy being around anymore. So your survival and your situation is different than other people. You see, first of all, the Native Americans that you think of, I'm getting back where you're coming from, the Native Americans that you think of, the majority of the Native Americans, they killed off between, by the 1970s, the majority of the Native Americans are dead. And I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about even the ones that you think are Native Americans, those are replacements. If you notice, the Native Americans, basically, in the turn of the century, was about your color. Now, how in the hell you can go and take any pictures of any Native Americans from the turn of the century on back, the 1800s and early 1900s, and they were your color. Now every time you see a damn alien, it's some white man with long hair and some old beads and shit on. What happened? How can a person get from, ain't no way in hell, in doggone 60, 70 years, I'm going to get from your color to a cracker? Think about it. They killed them all off. Killed them all off. So therefore, they can be sovereign because those are not real Native Americans. Even the Empress told you that half, the majority of them was doggone Washita, which was black people. You see where I'm coming from? And I went to Monroe when they gave her Monroe, Louisiana in 1993. We went there in 94. We did a ritual up there, and we saw the Washita Nation. The crackers got the stuff as one of their existing nations of Indian Nation, the Washita Black tribe. You see what I'm saying? So my point is, the Blackfoot. I met a brother, he's a brother, about your complexion, nappy hair. His mother's a Blackfoot. And she had, and they might have, let's say they might have less than 1% of original Indians living. But the Blackfoot, in order for her, they can't even, the dark-skinned ones that you think that's left, they can't even come off the reservation. They're not even allowed off the reservation at all. And in order for her to exist out here, to raise him so he could go to college and all this, she had to tell him she was a African-American. I don't want to use that word. That's some Jesse Jackson terminology and shit. We're none of that. She had to tell him that she was black, basically. You see, original Texas from the African slaves, she couldn't say that she was Native American or what you call Native Indigenous. Let's put it that way. I don't put the indigenous thing on it. I don't want to put the Indian thing on it because they're not Indians. They're indigenous people from the Western Hemisphere. You see what I'm saying? With Olmec lineage, and they are not Americans because you know that whole political thing. But my point is, they can't get off of the reservation, the few blacks that they do have. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, going back, I'm going to lead it back around, but certain things come in my head, the Spirit tell me to give to people, I got to give it to them. That's when you know you're on the road. Take, for instance, also, when was the last time you saw a real dark-skinned person? You notice basically, when you see a dark-skinned person, you really look, you go, damn. Basically, when you see a dark-skinned person, you stop for a minute. You really notice a dark-skinned person. You see what I'm saying? Now, I want to ask you something. If you go to Haiti, in any place in the Caribbean, you will still see a large stock of dark-skinned people. At the turn of the century, the majority of the people were dark-skinned. Now, this whole interracial thing is new, because it was still taboo in the black community, even all the way up into the 80s. And it still is now, so that's new. So what happened to all the dark-skinned people? That means that they had to literally go in and get rid of them. And literally what they did over the years, the ones that they didn't kill off, they actually ate them. That was government, that was property for the United States government, and that was the top prime meat for the secret society. So the majority of the dark-skinned people of African descent that's in America, or what you call black Americans, the majority of those were eaten between the time of the well, they always was eating them, but we talking about the mass when they got rid of them. Between 1950s up until now. That's why you don't see that many. Think about it now. The majority of the people, even see, when they even let you see, first of all, look, the reason why we can't figure things out because we only have a 3-year attention span. What happens, and this has nothing to do with black people, it has something to do with America. What happens after 3 years, you delete your file. So if I tell you what happened in 1990, you couldn't tell me shit, not unless it was some major event. Then you might get the damn year wrong on that shit, or something if it's traumatic that happened in your life. I might got married in 1990. Some stuff like that, you know. But when it comes to major events, you don't know, so you delete your files. So therefore, you can't even think of things. It's a cattle country. It's used for zombieism, and basically, everybody here is a zombie that don't study. Study to know thyself approved. That's the greatest thing you can do. Read. Even Master Bobbyhemmitt, the only picture you see, most of the ones you see, he got a book in his damn hand. Every religion and every spiritual thing I don't give a damn what religious item you pick up, you'll see something in it talking about a book. Read, and that's it. Now, you delete your file so you don't understand what went down. What happens is, the majority of the people that was let off the plantation, 1865 was only, 100 years is not really a long time. You see what I'm saying? It's not really a long time when you think about it. But because you delete your files, you think that shit is like 1,000 years ago. You see where I'm coming from? So from 1865, but the majority of the people from 1865 were dark-skinned people. Okay, you had the mulattoes and some house people. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to say house niggas because everybody in the house wasn't fucked up. See what I'm saying? You had a mulatto section, but the white boy didn't amalgamate the entire race. The majority of the people that was let off were the stock. When you're talking about your base stock, you're not talking about all the different hues of people. You're talking about a base stock. You're talking about the original people of that stock that you captured. Most of those were blue-black people. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the only time you had a section where they started doggone amalgamating or miscegenating, or you see what I'm saying, making mulatto where we were lighting up was in that slavery period. Now, what happened if you had the base stock that was let off the plantation that was mostly dark-skinned people, and then they went into Reconstruction, and then they went into Jim Crow, and then they went into doggone deep segregation? That means that the base stock was supposed to survive because they were even more separated than they were when they were on the fucking farms, on the plantation. So if you were more segregated or separated, how in the hell you get lighter? You see what I'm saying? You would still have a complete race of people. You consider the dark-skinned person now. You see what I'm saying? And you would look like a goddamn half-breed in Africa on the fucking Nile. The Nile or the damn equator. You see what I'm saying? But you would consider the dark-skinned person now. She's a dark-skinned person. You see what I'm saying? Or the sister back here. When the last time you seen a nigga so damn black until if he closed his fucking eyes, he disappear? And when you see them, you notice them. That means how in the devil they going to segregate you from a population of society? You were segregated up until 20, 30 years ago. You were segregated. We can't even measure what we call so-called new freedom until 30 years ago. We're just out of this shit yesterday. So how in the devil you can have a base stock that was segregated and all those people disappear? That means from somewhere when they started integrating you, they started eating you also. That's right, eating you. This is real deal shit. They get a high off of it. Now they don't have to do it anymore. It's called vampirism. That's what your vampires are. Oh, you think it's some bull? Well, you go to just go down to Barnes and Nobles and look in the section, the occult section, and see how many books you see on vampirism. If it's some fake Dracula stuff, why the hell they got all these damn books? Big, thick volumes, books on vampirism. And these books are the new volumes of earlier books, How to Eat the American Negro. Go back and get our prophecy coming from Ethiopia, 5,000-year-old prophecies in the book of Enoch, Ethiopian book of Enoch, translated by R.H. Charles in the doggone 1800s, where it says, you will become food for the sinners. Sinners just meant restricted people that only have a physical body but don't have a soul. That's what it means. It has nothing to do with you. Physical body. Sin actually is an ancient word for skin. But it only means those ones that only have physical characteristics and a little bit of energy, but they don't have a soul. You see, you got a chicken got energy. That ain't nothing. Your fucking snail got energy, but even those are hide in the damn cracker. So sinners in the book of Enoch, sinners meant black people. We're going to go into some of the book of Enoch today. Y'all all right? Y'all getting this? My point is, it's documented in the book of Enoch. 5,000 years old. It's older than the Torah. The reason why you don't hear about the book of Enoch is because the book of Enoch comes from Ethiopia. Show you where the origin of the real Hebrews come from. See what I'm saying? So you don't hear about that. You hear the Torah and all that after later. That was written 700 years after the death of Musa king, or a high priest called Musa, which is, you know of as Moses, which is actually a high priest of Akhenaten. Akhenaten was the emancipator of the Hebrews out of Egypt, and they wasn't kicked out. They weren't in slavery. Motherfuckers got kicked out of there because Akhenaten had done some fucked up shit, got rid of the army and all kind of crazy stuff. You see what I'm saying? He was a good person. He was on point. He was trying to rectify a bad situation with a solution. He just didn't have the vision, and he went too far with it. He didn't understand the consequences. We'll go into some of that also if you want to. But my point is, in the book of Enoch is older than the Torah. The book of Enoch is the oldest Hebrew document coming out of Ethiopia. And it has up in there, you will become food for the sinners. It also talks about those people that will be ruling you, the people that eat blood. We're talking about the whole vampirism thing. So then you understand that's what happened. So going back to the project thing, some of those were for food. A lot of those are for the melatonin project because the vampirism, they didn't have to go and get the bodies anymore and do it. They can process them at a plant and make them into pills, and they can take them as a nutritional supplement to go to sleep. We'll get into that tonight because it's very key on why they really had to start processing the pill. This is nothing but the elite people taking it to the rest of the white people because they need the rest of the white people to save them. But hopefully, ain't nothing going to happen that's going to really save them. But that's not going to stop the devil from trying. We'll get into that advanced part when we get into the lecture. What was that? What else was that?
Another thing about Miller Homes, it's right next to the train track, like you was pointing out.
Right to the train tracks, yeah.
Behind there's a restricted area that you can't go in back there.
Yeah, the train tracks, because that's where they put them on the train tracks and ship them out. Ship them out overnight. There's a railway that goes from the coast of Florida all the way into Oregon. So that's most of the country, and they ship them all over the country. That's why if you notice in around 94 and 95, a lot of Amtrak stations closed down. Especially in the smaller places, the Amtrak's closed down And the reason why, because that was an excellent place that they could take the people, take and transport them right to the station and put them on the trains. You see what I'm saying? Put them on the train. So we got a whole coastal system here in America. You understand what I'm saying? That they can ship people all over the place. So that's one way that they also did that. What's that?
Just real quick, follow. This is not that far-fetched, but the brother picked up on it's pretty slick. Since we heard Bobby Hemmitt make those comments, I've been checking, and we only been able to locate like 30 or 40 of the families that came out of middle homes.
Right.
Anybody know some of these people? Because I'm compiling a list. Once I heard him said it, it bears checking out. And we've only been able to locate about 30 or 40 families. I thought they had moved them back here to Wood Street. That's a new project. But nobody back here is from the Miller home. They came from 620 West State. Up on New Willow Street, they built those townhouses. There's about 20 families up there. And everybody that knew somebody, they're people still around. Those are the ones you talk about. Like one guy knows a family over here, one knows one over here. But if you know one, I'm compiling a list. So far,
and see what happens is this is the reason.
Maybe 30 or 40.
This is the reason how it's done. Your mind is already set to when you see a place abandoned, you figure that the people were relocated. So they can bank on you not even imagining somebody that's taking them and killing them and slaughtering them. So therefore, if they can give you an eye account of what you already imagined, so if they can go into a project that might be 200-300 people and show physically 40 people that got out that you can locate, your psyche automatically is going to go with that, because you are prone in this country to still think that this damn cracker don't do the shit. You see what I'm saying? So they don't have to do nothing but relocate 40. You understand what I'm saying? And the 200 of them is straight up meat packing. You see what I'm saying? So it's very key. What's that?
They closed down a building with 27 apartments in Roger Gardens, too.
Yeah, they're all over now. In Atlanta, because Atlanta was one of the first places for the projects, we talk about just about the entire project system is gone there, gone from there. So we have there's about a good 6 projects still open, but remember Atlanta had about at least 30.
There's always a waiting list.
And 30. All those things, all those are closed down now. Now it's interesting because the CDC, the Center of Disease Control, is in Atlanta. Now it's interesting because I went by the Center of Disease Control and I saw something very interesting. The people that worked there that got on the bus was a bunch of high school black students. And I ain't talking about they could go in and get the best talented person to work with Center of Disease Control. I'm talking about niggas that can't get a job putting ketchup on a fucking hamburger at McDonald's. They would fuck that up. Right. I'm talking about the worst element of human being, period. And I ain't talking about, I'm talking about Negroes that is totally degenerated. Let's say that. We got some niggas like that. Now, let's not be funny with this shit. The ones that's working at the CDC are the doggone Negroes that you don't want your dog to be around. And all of them in high school. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you go to get a job at the CDC with a damn PhD, you can't get some shit. You understand what I'm saying? But some killer, you see what I'm saying? Or some fool, some idiot, they got jobs at the Center of Disease Control. So there's something going on there. I haven't figured it out yet.
But they don't know what they're doing.
No, I don't even think it's that, because they don't even to do things secretively. They don't even need to include us at all. I think that these are actually clones. They're actually inventions of some other brothers and sisters that used to live. This is their doubles, and they're working, but are working for certain research, or also they might just be robots to put back in the community. And then you'll see when a nigga come and spray the place up. You see what I'm saying? With a Glock. Spray the place up with an M16, whatever you call it, Uzi, and you don't know what the hell going on, something senseless in a theater over a fucking jelly bean, and you don't understand what the hell went on. You understand that this mug is something that was created in the lab. You see what I'm saying? They've been doing since 1945 anyway. So, doing since 1945 anyway. So that's one of the questions. Give me some more questions. Anybody got something? Yeah, you and then you. What's that?
Okay. Last time you was here, you referred to the BET and all the black churches as government.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I got another one. Is 9 Negro College Fund in those CP?
All that's government. All that's government control now. All functional organizations on top of the ground that you see advertised on television are all government. Any grant money, right now they'll come up and they'll see you being a genius. They will give you grant money to write proposals. 501c3 law, tax exempt. You see what I'm saying? Amnesty International. Any type of grant type money. If I'm a damn mafia, and if I pay you for something you're doing one time, then hey, you might live, you might get out of it and go back into regular civilian life. But if I'm funding you, you in. You ever mafia say you in? You see what I'm saying? Go see the movie When Romeo's Bleeding. Brother thought he could get money from the mafia. He was a cop. When they wanted him to do a job, they said, no, you in. I don't care if you did the service for us. We paid you more than one time. You're in. So any type of government subsidy, you in. So anytime the government want to fund some shit, you understand what I'm saying? And they can fund it through all other kind of things, you in.
Because I was watching 9 Negro College Fund, I noticed all these big corporations were reporting them, like Texaco.
Exactly. That's keep your enemies close. So you're not a Negro College Fund. All of your funding agencies, anytime they're giving money, period. You understand what I'm saying? You in the government, whether you like it or not. Anytime they call you to go on television, never, ever go on TV. That's a sure way to get killed. Not just the physical thing. They already know about you. It's not that. They got some shit called remote viewing. That's why we pull libations. See, it's a lot more advanced shit going on than you just sitting around thinking you know you're doing. They've got some stuff called remote viewing, which they understand that this particular lecture is going on. It's only one place that's doing this stuff here out here. Right? So what happens is they have a certain amount of people that's remote viewers. They developed that technology in the 40s where they can just tap in and hear and go in and hear your conversation and record it all down with psychic investigation. That's called remote viewing. That's the psychic spies. So therefore, you put a libation, they can't enter a certain force field because our magic is stronger. We are the original people. We are the gods. We are greater than the God that created us now. I will take the last and make it first. We'll go into that science for you people that don't understand what we're talking about here. And I'll bear witness to it in the scriptures. Because we're talking about a new man. I will make a new Jerusalem, greater than the old Jerusalem. And Heru Salam. Jeru or Heru is the Christ. Heru, Horus. Heru Salam, which means peace. Or it means mausoleum, which means hut, a house. It means the house of Heru, or Heru in peace. It's just talking about your soul. Jerusalem means your soul. That's what it means. That's the real Jerusalem. Not no physical place over in the Middle East and shit. If you go there, you can't find shit but one goddamn wall. You go to Egypt, you find record on top of records that they got enough hieroglyphics to wrap around the country, wrap around the planet 1,000 times. But yet, you go to that place over there and you don't find nothing but a damn wall, because holy ground is where? Where you stand. This is the temple of God. This is the temple of Solomon, which means the black. Sol, which means sun. Amen, which means hidden, or it means black. The black God. Temple of the black God. Solomon. Temple of Solomon. Holy ground is where you stand. Bethlehem. Beth means house. Ham means black. Black house, black body. House of the black God. But it's also talking about your soul. Jerusalem, the new Jerusalem. Now, damn, I done lost my thought. Anyway, going back to what you're saying, this stuff blocks for you. The libations. So therefore, it puts up a wall. They can't enter in there because our magic is stronger. We're on a higher level. And plus, what happens is literally you leave the earth when you do the libations and the energy get to a certain level. You leave the earth and you go to another plateau. All of your physical body is here. That's the illusion. Your energy actually leaves. So they can't even detect you. They can't even see you. They can't even see you. So therefore, we're talking about the libations for that type of information. As far as they got remote viewing now. You see what I'm saying? But therefore, any type of thing Any type of thing where you dealing with the cracker and all this type of stuff and all. As a matter of fact, the spirit just told me what's going on. They can come into an area and detect when a people are waking up and a people are getting closer and closer to higher science. So the first thing they'll do is they'll come up here and they'll kill up some little child, a little boy in the car with his girlfriend, and the girlfriend get killed. And you go start having the meetings and all that kind of stuff. And actually they're trying to tap in to see how far you are and based on where you at or where you are spiritually. So how you react to it is based on how they can take a record and they can log where you are based on your reaction. You see what I'm saying? Based on your reaction. And it's not based on even if you went downtown and burned up the place. You still don't get where I'm coming from here. The key is you're never supposed to let them know what the fuck you doing. Period. So I don't care how many goddamn niggas out there they kill. Fuck them. Fuck them. Majority of them, look, in the world we live in now, the only people down here is living is the one that has a certain amount of knowledge. A person that is out there dead, they're not even worth living. So don't worry about it. I know you're thinking that's kind of cruel, but in Egypt they say every day you live is the day that you're supposed to learn something, and the day that you don't learn nothing is the day that you don't live. So majority of our people reject knowledge. And that's the reason why those people are getting their ass kicked based on karmic, reactionary cause and effect. See what I'm saying? And sometimes we get caught up in this shit too, but I'm trying to tell you, nothing from nothing leaves nothing, and some of our people ain't shit. It don't have nothing to do with and I'm not talking about not being shit as far as a person that just don't give a damn. I'm talking about good people, good. You got some good people, real good people, give to the church, give to the community. They still ain't shit based on a spiritual realm. They call dead people. You got good dead people. That means if you give these people knowledge, they would reject knowledge all the time. And when you reject knowledge, the spirit sends you apparatuses to further you in your struggle. When you reject that, you got niggas that still talking about damn some old make me whiter than snow heaven bullshit from the turn of the century. These niggas are somewhere in the 1930s with this Christian shit. You see what I'm saying? Where your mind is based on whether you are protected. See what I'm saying? That's your protection. This. So therefore they will put obstacles in front of you like the killings around here that you see, and that's because the government is trying to find, I guarantee you right now, how long this shit here been up? Communiversity. Look, I guarantee you right now, go and damn measure how much damn crime or how much fucked up shit was happening since this shit been up. And I guarantee you, you can see the same rise. So I couldn't figure it out until I got in here in the energy shit, and it's telling me now, the spirit is telling me what the fuck going on, because we got other ways of doing things.
Just on that note, it's something that kept us back from getting involved with a lot of stuff.
Right.
Down.
Yeah.
We were approached by the group, not white,
yeah.
academics and support when we were doing Jamal.
Exactly. Now, they, like you're saying, the crackers behind the shit. That's right. They're going to start sending things your way, and I guarantee you, things will start happening in this town based on how much knowledge is getting here. So therefore, the reaction is, fuck them, damn them niggas. I'm telling you why. Because you got to get to a certain plateau. You can't be held back now. If you're going to save the majority of the people, you got to do a certain amount of work, and you're doing that particular work. You see what I'm saying? Those are just decoys. Some of them ain't even real no damn way. Some of them robots anyway. Some of them are clones. You see what I'm saying? But it's always throwing some monkey wrenches because they did this shit in Atlanta. And I'm telling you, the people that did it, look, you remember they had some crackers, the crackers got killed out there with the Nike sneakers on, said they was going to the damn spaceship. The 39 motherfuckers from Applewhite, the 39 crackers killed themselves, and one other sister and a couple other niggas up in there and were thinking the white man God. And killed themselves. Remember they had a guy on there called Courtney Brown, just blew up on the scene all of a sudden. Courtney Brown is from Emory University, and he started talking about this remote viewing. Psychic detectives. This cracker, we knew about this cracker 2-3 years before he even came on the scene. We just knew that there was some witches from Emory, or some people from Emory University, that was spying on the black community in Atlanta. And they told us to be aware. And that's when they told us to get that Thunderdog altar, which we give the people to put in their homes for protection. The Thunderdog altar, we went to the Native Americans, went on the mounds, spiritual mounds, and this black man, look, your color, came up in all white named Thunderdog and say, build this altar to him for protection. And the ones who built the altar, they got right from up under the bullshit. The black people that didn't build the damn altar, all of them got fucked up. Right in Atlanta. All the businesses got screwed up. Because they had a group of people spying on the particular community. And they was going to send certain doggone counter-revolutionary niggas as well as death and diversionary tactics to stop you. And that's what's going on right now with the town stuff. Don't act with ego. Because in actuality, you can't do shit physically, no way. Martin ain't never did shit. Running your goddamn mouth and talking shit to the police ain't never did nothing. He don't give a fuck about that. As a matter of fact, he wants that. Because you give up all your information when you goddamn come up in his place running your mouth. You see, and that's what he wants. He wants you to give up the information to him. He wants to know where you are spiritually. And how you act physically can indicate how you are spiritually. You see what I'm saying? Never let him know what the hell you thinking. So if a nigga get wasted out there, fuck him. Damn him. Because you're going to find out that a lot of them going to be the enemy now. We're not talking about being an elite group of people where you don't care about your people. We're talking about there's got to be a group of people that say, fuck the dumb shit so we can get to another way to save all them black ass bastards out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you say, well, if I got to save your ass, I got to step to the side and don't be in the bullshit. You caught up in the damn shit. You understand what I'm saying? You don't go up in a goddamn crack house and hang out with a crackhead to save that motherfucker. You step out and survey the situation, and maybe you can save that nigga from the outside in other than the inside out. So all this shit going on with the community, fuck them niggas. And I'm not saying that as being cruel. I'm just saying that's the government's operating ground. They're gonna always be some screwed up nigga out here doing some crazy shit. That shit is every hour in Atlanta. So now, if we focus on everything that happened to every nigga every hour in Atlanta, you never get nothing done. And we're not talking about being insensitive. We're talking about working smart as well, other than working hard. You understand what I'm saying? You ever been on a job and some nigga just work hard as shit? And the other nigga can just sit there and let me figure this shit out a couple things. And you sit there and all, and you'll find a way to get around the bullshit, and you be working easy. Nigga be working hard, sweating and all. And you be like you working hard because he ain't using his brain. That's what the whole deal is. That's one of my partners there from Delilah from Philadelphia in the house. I see you made it on up. This sister, we've been involved in a lot of lectures in Philly in '95. The sister has her own group called Sisters of Segment up there. The Sisters of Segment, and they had a lot of speakers come through. And she was one of my sisters in a past life also too. I do know that too. We'll get into that. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm going to answer your question, but what I'm trying to say is what they're doing is they're going to send all kind of bullshit your way. You see what I'm saying? Plus, you're going to have to, plus the consciousness is going to have to separate itself from the ignorant, not because you don't like the ignorant. We're not talking about an elite group of people. You know how people, they get a certain amount of information and they say, well, we're better than them. I'm not talking about that. There's some shit called succubus. Incubus and succubus. These are ancient terminologies. Succubus is the people that draw your goddamn energy. Just draw your energy. That's what most of these niggas out here now, they're parasites. They draw your energy. And although you think you're doing some stuff, you'll find out at the end that you'll be all screwed up out here, and next thing you know, you'll be out there with them. So they got, it's called a succubus. They draw your energy. Now take for instance, and I'm not talking about ignorant Negroes. I'm talking about all black people. Take for instance. Show what I'm talking about. Brother went to college with me, so that's the elite Negroes. You understand what I'm saying, brother? We tight. Right now we real tight. I've been knowing him for 16 years. We was in college together. He came 2 years after I did. But he was, but we was in school together, and we was in school, but I stayed in college damn near 8 years. I used to go just to, after I figured out the game, I used to go just to have 3 hearts in a cot. I get a loan just to stay in that motherfucker so I can eat and get free rent, and all the damn money go to me. So I used to do, But anyway, me and the brother, man, I majored in damn lunchroom at a certain point. After I got what I needed, which I found out was nothing. They didn't teach me shit up in there after 8 years. So after a while, that shit become lunchroom. My point is, this brother is tight with me. This brother is tight with me. I love this brother. We've been best friends. But he stayed at a certain level. He's still in the damn 80s. When we was walking around and stuff, man, dressing in fucking Armani clothes and $200-300 shoes and all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Gators, Armanis. We even had tux. I mean, we had to find it for every damn thing. But my point is, that's only a utility now. I don't even deal with that on that level. Other than I gotta wear expensive clothes now because I gain weight. Fuck, a fat motherfucking nigga in some damn cheap shit. Look like goddamn wimpy hot dog man on damn. So now, the motherfucker, I wear some weight, you best believe I'm having some nice shit. You see, because the simple fact, I hell. And see, that's important to black people because y'all register with that shit. That nigga there, he raggedy up there. Here, the psychic warriors, yeah. Psychic, you see, psychic warriors. So this is the stuff that they dealing with here. But remote viewing. See, here's a book on it. This is what they're dealing with. So that's why I said you got to pull libations every time you open up. Every time you open up, you got to pull libations just to keep the remote viewers out of here. You ain't having no secret shit. They can be cross town listening to your shit. But when you pull libations, you block off all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? Now, I got a boy, we've been hanging out tight. But he didn't get into the consciousness. Nigga got a master's, was working on his master's degree in African American studies, but he wasn't into it. Just some shit, just to get a degree. Get his master's, he ain't into it. But we like this, we tight. But because I'm here, and he's someplace in damn 1980 his energy is, in 1982 I was 21. You understand what I'm saying? We was early 20, he was 19, 18. So a nigga that's 34 and got it, and the energy is 18, that's fucked up. Going to the year 2000. So every time he comes, man, I love him, we have a ball and everything. I love to see him when he comes and everything. But every time he comes, it's fucking August, I come down with a cold. I take gold seal, echinacea, all that shit don't work. Why? Because he done took me in another dimension. Last time he came in January, the day he left, our damn house got